What's up, everyone? Guess where I am? I'm on another walk. Got the hat on. I don't know if I really necessarily need. I thought I did, and it's a little warmer than I had thought. It's about 41 degrees. It's gonna be 70 today. Hat kind of makes me look goofy too, but I don't really care when I'm on a walk. It's not that bad out. I got a sweatshirt on, so I'm walking with a sweatshirt on. Cool. So I just wanted to, I did this yesterday. I wanted to do another one here real quick because I'm out on a walk. Beautiful morning. And I wanted to talk. Well, let's walk and talk. It's kind of like what I'm talking about here. Like how you normally, if I'm walking, I'm thinking or, kind of going through my own thoughts. And when you walk with someone, you generally start to have a conversation and it makes the walk even go quicker. So I thought I'd bring you guys along, and if you wanted to talk for a little bit as we walk, then cool. And if maybe you weren't thinking about walking and you wanted to walk, that'd be cool too, because then we could be burning calories together. Yeah, just wanted to talk a little bit about I don't know, some of those random thoughts that's going on. Morning. Jogger just went by. He's working hard. And you can see in the title there I wrote, meet my good friend Mo. And I want to introduce oh, sorry, must be West Coast if it's that early. Or maybe your family's still in bed at 8:30 or 8:40 Eastern time. I know my daughter was when I left. She'll be awake when I get up. Plus we got volleyball today. We have the 1K fast track today. We have a session there at 11. So busy morning, busy day, but fun. And my son's home from college visiting, so we're gonna possibly drive some golf balls later, have some fun. But I did want to, again, just kind of jump on here. No, it's not that cold. Actually, it's about 41, 42. It's going to be 70 something here today. So just wanted to, again, take you guys on the walk, and we can talk. So first off, let me just kind of introduce Mo. And you're like, well, Scott, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Like, Mo? Who's Mo? And where is he? He's not here. Like, where is he? Is Mo anywhere around here? Oh, Vegas? Yeah, early in Vegas. It's true. So do any of you know who Mo is? I want to see if any of you guys know, and if you guys listen to the podcast, you've probably heard me mention it here and there, or Mo. So if you know who Mo is, put it in the comments. I want to see how many of you know who Mo is. Mo's a pretty important person, to be honest with you, or thing, or well, I don't want to give it away. Your dog. No, my dog is not Mo. His name is Brody. So that's not who that is. Anybody else? Quick guess? Anybody? Before I reveal my good friend. Whoa, who got it? Who was that? Yes. No, not motivation. Not motivation. The first one, which was Momentum. Momentum. There's a book that I always mention called The Compound Effect. And if you have not read that book, I demand you to read that book. It is so good. And I listened to it. Actually, I've got it on audiobook. Got to switch hands here again. I listened to it on audiobook because it's so powerful. And I'll listen to, 3-4 chapters, and then maybe that's all I need. After I've already read through it once, I'll go back to some of the important parts that I want to kind of reset my brain, my mind. But he talks all in there in this one section about momentum. And everyone thinks they have to go out there and do everything. They have to go out there and source their product, find their product, launch it, make a business, and everything in between. What people don't realize is if you start to create this habit that you're moving yourself towards the goal in mind. So if that goal is to launch a product, well, there's a lot of steps in between. So you have to get up every day. You have to dedicate time to check in and do it. And it's like anything in life. If you're trying to do anything, get better at sports, you got to show up every day. I'm teaching my son that right now as we speak. Literally, we had a conversation about it last night again. So it's really important that you understand that, because it's really, really powerful to understand that momentum. Once you get it, it's hard to get rid of it. And that's the cool thing. I'm going to give you an example. This has nothing to do with business, but you can relate it to business because it relates to anything. For those of you that have been following along, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's my podcast, whether it's here on Periscope, you guys know that today is a pretty special day for me because it's been 50 days since I got on board with my routine exercise. Started T25, that program, still doing it, almost done with it. And I committed to eating clean. And you know, the way that I've been able to do that is to really just track it through my Fitness Pal or any of those. Good morning. Morning. Hey, pup. Oh, puppy back there. Yeah, so so going back to like my diet, like I found the tools that I needed to help me get on track. And once I got on track, hey, thanks for the congrats on the 50 days. And I weighed myself again this morning. And a lot of this, you know, I'm not using the weight as really, that's the main goal. It's that shows me progress, right? So I'm not looking at the weight, because honestly, I'm going to start going the other way now that I've kind of stripped down some of my body fat, right? Now I want to start building muscle back. So I kind of went through kind of like a phase where you kind of, they call it where you kind of shred, and then you start to build mass and you start to build more muscle. Because more muscle you get in your body, that will automatically help you burn calories. So it's this whole thing. I'm very interested in that topic, and I was very much into shape 2-3 years ago, and I fell off the wagon. Now I'm back on the wagon, and we're really trugging along here. But I have tools like MyFitnessPal, which if you guys don't use MyFitnessPal, again, I'm not associated with them or anything. I use it. It's an app. I use the free version. It allows me to track all my food. So if I track my food through the day, I see where I am. So you got to think of like your food as like your bank of money. I'm allowing myself 1,500 calories a day. It's low for me, but I wanted to be in a deficit. So normally I need about 1,800 calories to maintain my body weight, but I wanted to reduce that, and that's what I've done. But now that I track it, I know exactly where I am. So it's kind of like looking into your wallet, and you see that you've got $100 and you're going to go into the restaurant. You've only got $100. You can't charge it. You got $100. That's it. And you use it, right? You use that $100. Same thing with calories. For me. So, all right, hold on a minute. I got to stop here real quick. You guys see that? It's a little bright. There we go. There is one of the holes on the golf course. That's the tee box. And I'm going to be out there pretty soon. So, pretty excited about that. That's going to be me down there eventually, driving some balls. Let's get back to the topic at hand here. So MyFitnessPal is a tool. So I've used that tool. It's helped me because now I can look at it every single time that I eat something. I put it in there, I enter it, and it tells me, and it takes away from my bank of money or calories in this case. The other thing I do is I have a Fitbit. So if you look here, it's tracking my steps. So again, it's a tool to allow me to say, you know what, Scott, maybe you should, you know, only at like 4,000 steps. You want to do 10 to 12,000 steps a day, you better get up there and you better get out there and start walking. So again, it's another thing to kind of like help me along the way. But now that I'm dialed in, and I always use the term dialed in because that's what I feel like literally last night, and I've already had this happen where I'm sitting there, I'm on the couch like I used to be, with a bag of chips or snack mix or Cheez-Its, any of that salty stuff. It was a big thing for me. I loved it. Watched Gold Rush last night. I usually had my arm in deep into a bag. Well, my daughter had a handful of Cheez-Its, and my son came over with my wife had gotten a bag that she didn't eat, but it came with her meal at lunch of like those Harvest chips or something. So he brought those over, and he's like, how's it feel that I'm sitting next to you with these? And I'm going, you know, honestly, it doesn't even affect me. I'm so locked in right now. Like, you can't take me off of where I am, because I'm so excited to how I got to where I am. And I'm halfway, I'm kind of like halfway there, because I want to now start going the other way and start building some muscle. But, I'm like, it doesn't even matter at this point. I'm going out to dinner tonight with a friend of ours, couple, and we're going to a restaurant. And I'm totally okay with that, because number one, I can still cheat when I want to, but I'm not ready for that yet. Like, I got so much invested here and so much momentum that I don't want to do that. So I'm going to sit down, probably going to have unsweet tea, which I've been drinking a lot of, or water. I could have like a light beer if I wanted to, but I don't know. I don't even think I really want to. I've never been much of a drinker. Don't get me wrong. You know, I have a couple beers every now and then with the guys or something, but this past 50 days I haven't. I've never been the person that would, like, you know, at dinner time have a beer with my family. It's just, I don't know, it's just not me. But I'm not saying I wouldn't drink. Yeah, so it's really hard to, gotta switch hands again. It's really hard to kind of take someone off of the tracks when they're so locked in because they have momentum. So the same thing happened. Now, the other thing is, and again, I'm using those as references, but you can kind of relate this to business. If you start and get going and you make $50, it's momentum. You go, oh wow, this kind of works. It's kind of like jumping on the scale. You jump on the scale, you go, oh wow, that's a pound in like 3 days. Like, that's pretty cool. And then you go and you look at it again in another 3 days. Wow, it's another pound. That's cool. So you see that you're getting a little bit of results. Not big. Like, I'm up to almost 15 pounds. It's just about 15 pounds I lost. The first week, it wasn't that. Might have been a pound or two. Next week, might have been a pound or two. Maybe 2 pounds if I got lucky. But I never thought that I had to lose 15 pounds in a week. See, so you have to slow down, small bite-sized pieces, get a little bit of a result, and keep building on that. And that's the compound effect. He talks a lot about that. He relates it in the book to business, but he also relates it to fitness and health and all that stuff. Because people look at the big thing that they want to accomplish. I want to lose 100 pounds. You got to start by losing 1 pound. How do you start doing that? Well, you got to put yourself on the right track and set yourself up with ways to make yourself able to go through and achieve that stuff. And for me, I want to track my calories. I was doing it. I was kidding myself probably 6 months ago. And I was saying to myself, I can just do it. I don't need a nap. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of this and I'll just have a little bit of that. You know those little bits that you're taking? Like salad dressing? If you don't measure your salad dressing, I'm telling you right now, you're probably having 100 extra calories you don't even know about. And again, that's just one time. I always take mine and measure it out, a tablespoon. And I drizzle it and mix it and all that stuff, so I still get the taste, but I don't have the thing saturated. So, little tricks, but when you track it, you can't lie to yourself. You can't go, it's just one cookie. Put that cookie in the MyFitnessPal, I bet you're gonna be up about 150, 200 calories just from that one cookie. I can have 8 ounces of chicken and it's only 150 calories or around there. So it's kind of like you start using your calories differently, you know. But if you want to have that cake, have the cake. Put it in MyFitnessPal. You're going to take up about 600 calories. So it's kind of like, how do you want to spend your money? Do you want to just go out there and just blow it on something that's going to last, a 15-minute thrill? Or do you want something that's going to last by something you put in your house that you see every day that makes you real happy? You look at a certain picture or something. It's the same difference. And I'm not saying that you're not going to do that. Like, I'm not saying that. I've got a trip planned in June, which we're going to be, it's just about finalized. We're going to be probably going to Mexico. Haven't been there in about 3 to 4, maybe even longer years. all inclusive there. So, I mean, you eat everything you want, drink anything you want. I'm going to cheat there a little bit. So I'm not setting myself up to say I can't ever do that. But once you get the mindset and you get on track and you get the momentum and you surround yourself with people that are supporting you, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it a ton easier. And then once you start to see those little itty bitty results, it starts to motivate you, and momentum. So a lot of mo's here. That's really how you continue to to grow. Now, is life going to throw you a curveball? Yeah, sure it is. You're going to be out. I mean, we're always bouncing here. Like today, we got to go to volleyball. I probably won't be able to get my normal salad that I normally get, which I love, but I'm going to figure it out. When I get there, I'm going to look at it. I always go into the restaurant or the lunch place that we're going to if it's not my normal one. And I look at my MyFitnessPal and I type in whatever the restaurant is and I put in their salad. Like we went to Panera the other day. I don't normally go to Panera, but we went to Panera and I typed in Panera salads. It showed me all their salads, how many calories they were with and without dressing. And I picked one. And then I hit enter. It punched it all in. It put in all my carbs and fats and all that stuff, but I don't even care about that stuff really so much. I just worry about the calorie, and then I know that it's accounted for, and then I'm like, okay, cool, that was 475 calories. Now that's going to take away from my 1800 or 1500 or whatever it is at that point in time. So that's it's kind of where we're at. How you doing? Morning. So a few more walkers. So yeah, that's what I wanted to really jump on here. Again, I don't like walking alone all the time. I like it, but I mean, hear the birds, see people. A lot of times my wife and I will walk, but I figured I'd take you on another walk. If you guys want me to take you on more walks, put it in there that you do or you don't. Let me know. Periscope is kind of secondary to Facebook Live now for a lot of people. Let's see. Want to do a golf trip, huh? Well, you're gonna have to wait for me to get a little better. That's one thing. That's more walks. Cool. Okay. Golf trip. Yeah. It's funny. I don't know if you said it or someone else said it the other day. We should have some type of golf event or something where we all get together and maybe we'll donate some money to charity or something, do something cool. But yeah, I got to get my golf chops back in order though too. That's something I've been putting off for a while. My son's finally got at me. And honestly, I got to be honest. Let me rewind a little bit. My son, who's 18 by the way, he's the reason that I'm back on track, because he mentioned to me, probably going back now, it's been 50 days that I've been into this, probably a week before I got started. He had said to me, he's like, when are you gonna get back into, how you looked 3 years ago? You looked really great. You had a great physique, and you were, just dialed in. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just hard. I said, I don't know. Maybe I'll just start doing my weights again or something. He's like, no, you got to go back to what got you on track before. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you did Insanity from Beachbody, and it was, you were on track and you did that. And I go, yeah, I know. I don't know if I want to commit to that. And he's like, so you don't want to commit? And I'm like, kind of not. And he's like, well, maybe that's what you have to do. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should. I'm going to take his advice. So I took his advice. I got a different program than Insanity because I felt like I could do it, which I can do Insanity, but Insanity is like a lot of times 40 minutes. I wanted something under a half hour, and I wanted to commit to only that, and I did. And it's called T25, and it's a Beachbody product. I'm a fan of Beachbody stuff. I take Shakeology every day, and that's part of my diet. But anyway, so I said, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it for 60 days. I can do that. And I did. And here we are, 50 days later, 15 pounds lighter, different mindset. I'm on track. I'm dialed in like crazy. And now I'm talking to you guys about it. So see that? So if I can get one of you guys on track and you guys say, that really helped me in business, or it helped me in my own health and fitness or relationships, whatever, it all ties back to each other. So anyway, that's pretty much my little walk, my little thoughts. Feeling pretty good because I did it, right? I did it this far. Lines formed by thumbs and hand. That's hard to read it when I'm walking here. So, all right, guys. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I got to actually get ready to do a 1K fast track session. If you guys don't know about the 1K fast track, it's exactly what I'm talking about. And what is that, you ask? Well, it's people that have been listening to my podcast, or maybe just people in general, and they're having a tough time getting started. They know what they got to do, but they just don't know how to get started. So we decided to do this thing called the 1K fast track, which is how to get you to 1K, $1,000, like quick, like fast, like it says. And then, once you start to get those results, it'll start to, kind of like continue on that path. Morning. How are you? Good, thanks. So, it's part of, I guess, the process, right? I mean, if we can get you started and then you see results, whether it's $100, we actually have a little prize for people that make it to $100. We give them a t-shirt, the 1K Fast Track t-shirt. We've already got a handful of those that are going to be being sent out. We did a pre-challenge where people were all told to go out or actually clean out their house or their rooms and sell it on eBay. And we have over $3,500 or $3,600 in the first 7 days generated by like 12 students out of 50, which is pretty darn good. So again, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can help people get started, because I know if we get started, just like this journey with me getting back in shape and feeling better about myself, clarity, the mind, everything, it all had to start somewhere. And it was with a conversation that I had with my son. And I felt like, you know what, I'm not going to have him look at me like someone that doesn't want to commit to something, because I just don't want to commit. I don't want to teach that lesson to him, because here I'm preaching to him that he's got to work his butt off to play basketball if he wants to, and don't let anybody tell you can't do it. And when I'm telling him that, and then I'm like bag Cheez-Its or whatever next to me and I'm eating crap, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna commit, man. So you're a business teacher and want to do something like this, with these kids. I'll tell you what, my son is amazing. All my kids are amazing. My oldest daughter, she's got her own little business that she's doing in hair and makeup, and I'm just so proud of them so much. But my son last night was going through, I always tell him, like, you're creating your story right now so you can share it later and then help inspire other people, and then get people to another place in their life that they didn't think they could get to. And he was telling me a conversation that he was having with one of our old friends, from when he went to high school with them, and a kid that, grew up in a really, a bad area, didn't really have a good home life. And my son was telling me how he was kind of coaching him the other night about, you've got a story that you've got to share, and you've got to have people, hear that story, but you got to actually get out there and change where you are and change the area that you're in, and don't be just another statistic. And like, he's like coaching him all this stuff and telling me that. I'm like, damn, that's freaking amazing. Like, what I was hearing, I was just so blown away and so proud that what I've been talking about and being an example of, he's been listening to, and he's been applying. So I know that his wheels are turning, but I always tell him, like, listen, you can't be where you want to be right now, as far as like at the end of wherever that goal may lead you right now, or to that place or that chapter. You have to get through there, and through there is your story. And your story right now for him, he's a freshman and he's a redshirt on a D2 basketball school. Is next year he wants to be on the main squad. Well, it's going to take some work. So he's going to have to put in the work. Plain and simple. If you don't put in the work, how do you expect to get there? Just because you don't think that you can? So anyway, my point is that it's just crazy how, you can be an example for your kids, or for people in your life, or just people that you meet, and you never know how that can impact someone's life. And you have to get out there though, and you have to get started. You have to get that thing that we call, like I said, get mo in your life, and that is momentum. And I see a lot of hearts coming in right now, so hopefully this resonated with you guys. Do as I say, not as I do. Walk the baby. Yeah, walk the walk. You gotta walk the walk. That's what you have to do. But yeah, so it looks like you guys are agreeing with that, with the hearts that I'm seeing, so that's cool. And you guys, to be honest with you, I just passed my house a little while ago, and I just kept walking because we were talking. So I'm going to get more steps, so thank you for that. The pedometer is going to be cranking up. And right now, just to let you guys know, oh, I lost it. Let me see if I can't get it back. What's that say? I think we're at like 7,000 steps already. Woo! So it's good. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to you guys, and hopefully it makes you think, because my father always used that expression too. You gotta think, Scott. You gotta think before you do that. Well, it's true, but you also have to do. So we can sit here and think all day long, but we gotta actually go out there and apply it. And I'm applying it as I'm talking to you. I'm walking. I'm gonna go home and make my morning shake and enjoy that. And yeah, carry on throughout the day. But remember, I have the tools that can help me get there. And I've set up a roadmap, in a sense, that all I have to do really now is just follow the path. Oh boy, there's a doggy over there, huh? Hi, pup. That kind of scared me. I didn't know he was there. Woo, he got a loud bark. There's coyotes around here too, we're finding out, which isn't cool. Brody had an encounter with one the other day. Yeah, all right, we hear you. We know you're there. But anyway, I just wanted to, again, check in here. If you guys want to see more of these, I know this is not really directly related to how to get more impressions on your listing, or how to rank for, more keywords and stuff. We'll still be talking about that, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to just talk about this stuff, because I think this stuff is actually, it's more important. That stuff is like strategy, techniques, all that stuff. And it, it's, you're learning, you're basically, you're tweaking, all of that stuff. But this stuff here, to me, you can apply this to just about anything in your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's diet, fitness, exercise. Momentum is a huge resource that we all have access to. You just have to tap into it and get rolling with it, and refer to him as Mo or her. Yeah, get a little Mo in your life, and that's what Darren Hardy says in the book of The Compound Effect. So if you have not listened to that book or read that book, definitely check that out. I would. That'd be like one of the first books that I would listen to. It talks a lot about people that you surround yourself with too, how they can, they can cloud up your vision or take the wind out of your sail. He refers to it as like a bottle of water or a glass of water. You have clean, pure water, and then you add someone in that's kind of toxic, and then they pollute the water, or they make the water a little dirty. It's like taking a piece, a spoonful of dirt and dumping in there. How the water is contaminated. It's kind of how he kind of talks about like how you let people in. And it's like we have to guard our minds and the people that we allow to come in to influence us, because we are influenced very easily. It's human nature. So, all right, guys, I can talk about this stuff for days. Stuff gets me fired up. But anyway, I wanted to, again, say thanks so much for hanging out. I'm coming down a hill, so I apologize for the shaky shake. I'm coming down a hill right now. So, yeah, just want to say thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this walk has been good. Hit them straight and long. I don't know about straight. I can hit it long, but I don't know about straight. That's my weakness, is slicing. I'm a lefty. I right-handed. I throw a baseball and a football right-handed, but I bat left-handed and I golf left-handed. So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I slice a lot of times, and I just got brand new clubs, and the one wood is gigantic, so it makes me nervous. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so that's it. That's gonna wrap up this little periscope. I am ready to stop. My legs are starting to burn a little bit, which is good. So yeah, we'll see you guys around, and get out there and meet Mo. Let him come into your life, and I'm sure that he will help you, or she, however you want to refer. I just think of him as a he. Momentum. Mo. Get Mo in your life. All right, guys. We'll see you, and if you guys are watching this and you're on the 1K Fast Track, 11 a.m. today, we'll be doing the 1K Fast Track. If you guys are not in the 1K Fast Track, right now it's not open, but if you're interested in that, head over to 1kfasttrack.com. You can see exactly what it is, and when we open it up again, it will be a small group again. We're only going to do these in small groups. Right now we have a group of 50. We might expand that to 75 or 100, but it'll always be a smaller group. And really the objection here, or not objection, the objective here is to get people started, and to also get to 1K, $1,000. All right, so that's it. It's going to wrap it up. Peace, love you, take care, and as always, take action. Say hello to Mo for me.